everyone, so today's video is going to be a book haul. This is going to be all of the books that I've bought so far this year. Now, I've already mentioned this in the only other book haul that I have on this channel, which is all the books that I bought last year. But I always put off filming book hauls until like the very last minute, because I really don't like filming them because they take a lot of energy out of me, because I have to hold up a lot of books, way more than I do in like TBRs and wrap-ups. So yeah, I'm gonna try and do this as fast as I can because I'm currently experiencing like a chronic pain flare-up for some reason. So yeah, I'm gonna try and film this as fast as I can. Sorry if that's annoying, but yeah, I can't really control my health. So yeah, I hope you still enjoyed this book haul though. Like I said, it's all the books that I bought so far this year. I have bought quite a decent amount already, and that's mainly because my mental health has been quite bad, and so has my physical health. So yeah, because of that, I kind of like buy books to make myself feel better. That's probably a bad idea, and I should probably like consider maybe therapy instead. But yeah, books are just like easier. So yeah, I'm gonna get into the book haul now because like I said, I want to film this as fast as I can. Again, sorry if that's annoying, but I can't really help it. So this is going to be in no particular order. I did write them down in the order that I bought them because every time I bought a book, I just wrote it down. But I didn't rearrange them in the order that I bought them or anything like that. So I'm just going to be randomly picking up books and explaining when I bought them or why or what I know about it. So yeah, let's just get into it. So the first book in this book haul is One Last Stop. Now, this book is by a very popular author. They also wrote Red, White, and Royal Blue, I think it's called. But yeah, that's a very popular book. But I heard about this book, and this book is like the least popular one out of the two that they wrote. I think they wrote another one that came out recently, but yeah, this one's the least popular one. And I think it has to do with the fact that it's sapphic, because a lot of like books with like, you know, two men are usually a lot more popular. So yeah, I'm not really interested in the other book. I might read as well if I really love this one. But the other book is about like royalty, and I don't really like books with royalty. So I might read that one if I really like this book. But this book seemed a lot more interesting to me because it's sapphic and because of the setting. I think it has like time travel. I might be wrong. I don't know exactly what it's about, but I've heard very good things about it. And yeah, I can't wait to read it. Also, the cover's very pretty. So yeah, I can't wait to read this. Then next we have some manga, and that is Given, volumes 4, 5, and 6. Now, I owned volumes 1 and 2 for quite a while, and I always wanted to buy the other volumes, but I couldn't find them, and then I found them for very cheap. I can't find volume 3 yet for very cheap, but hopefully I will someday. I think I really want to read these in June because it's like gay, so I want to read it in June just for Pride Month. Obviously, I'm not just gonna read like LGBT plus books during Pride Month, like I do that all year long, but I want to read like specifically basically only like LGBT plus books during June. So yeah, I can't wait to read this. A lot of people might like know the anime because there's an anime for it. It's also called Given. It was quite popular, so yeah, I recommend checking out the manga as well if you really like the anime. It does deal with some very heavy topics, but if you've watched the anime, you already know that. So yeah, I can't wait to read this in June. Then next we have a very popular book that I'm not sure if I'm gonna like, because I've never really read a book in this genre, I think. But I am really curious about it, and I found it for quite cheap. So I want to read it, and that is The Secret History. I'm pretty sure that like most people know this book. You might not know what it's about, like me for example. I know nothing about it except for the fact that it's like a very specific genre of books that I cannot remember the name of all of a sudden. I can describe what I think it is. It's like libraries and like brown colored pictures. I forgot what that genre is called. Maybe I'll remember it during this video, and if I do, I'll mention it. But yeah, I have basically no idea what it's about except for the fact that it's that genre that I can't remember. And I really like the fact that the cover's so dark. So yeah, let's hope that it's not like washing out this video because of so many like black items in the frame. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to reading this book, even though it does scare me because it's quite big and I don't know if I'm gonna like it. And I feel like if I don't like it, people will come after me and like fight me for it. So yeah, we'll see, I guess. Then next we have another manga, and that is Noragami Volume 5. Now I have been collecting these volumes. I have another one in this haul actually. It's actually right in front of me, and I kind of want to grab it so I can just show that one as well. So I think I'm gonna do that. Okay, so I kind of broke my back grabbing that because I had to lean over, and that was probably not a good idea with the flare-up I'm currently experiencing, but I did manage to grab it. So now at least I don't have to show it later. So yeah, here they are, volumes 5 and 7. I don't have volume 6 yet because it's impossible to find. So yeah, I really like this series. If you don't know what it is, I recommend like checking out the anime. It's very good. It has very good like theme songs. Like the opening song is really good. I literally listened to it like 20 minutes ago before I started filming. But yeah, I highly recommend it. The covers are not my favorite texture, which is why I kind of hesitate to buy them sometimes. But yeah, I bought them anyway, so here they are. Then next we have another manga, and that is number 6, volume 1. Yes, it's called the number 6. I know that's a bit confusing considering it also has like volume 1 behind it. Like for me that's also a bit confusing, but yeah, I recommend again checking out the anime if you're not really like a manga person. The anime is quite good. It's quite like creepy, but it is quite short because I'm personally really bad at like finishing TV shows, movies, anime, stuff like that. And I actually managed to finish this because it's quite short. So yeah, it's also a little bit LGBT plus. I don't want to say fully because I feel like you're gonna expect certain things and don't expect too much. Like there's just like a hint of it. And it's definitely not the main topic. But yeah, I really like this. I'm glad I finally managed to get one. I have another volume in this haul, which I cannot see right in front of me, so I can't grab it. But yeah, I really shouldn't have like separated all of these volumes because I just like randomly grabbed them. I should have like kept them together, but yeah, I'm done, so I forgot to do that. But yeah, like I said, I'm really excited I finally have these volumes. They can be quite expensive because it's not that well known, but I managed to find these for really, really cheap. But because of that, they took a very long time to arrive, and one of the other volumes that I ordered from this series still hasn't arrived, and I ordered it in January. It's almost the end of May in case anyone's wondering. Like that's a long time to wait for it, but it's not like I'm speed reading it, so it's fine. But yeah, that's what you get when you buy things really cheap, I guess. At least they're in good condition. So, but yeah, like I said, this is a really like interesting manga. I'm not going to talk about it more because I need to film this fast. So yeah, let's move on. Then next we have a very popular book that I'm very scared to read because I don't want people to like come at me if I don't think it's good, and that is These Violent Delights. Now all that I know about this is that it's like Romeo and Juliet, but Chinese version. I might be wrong. Is it Chinese? I mean, it says like Shanghai, so I'm assuming it's Chinese. I'm sure I mispronounced that word horribly, but I can't think straight at the moment. But yeah, I tried my best. I also can't think straight at the moment because when I stood up to like stop the video and like film a new one, because I filmed these in like bursts so that I can check if the lighting is still good. But while I did that and I stood up, like my knee kind of gave out, so now I'm in a lot of pain. So I'm gonna have to film this even faster probably, and I'm really sorry if I'm starting to like not make sense at some points because I can't really think, and I'm literally speaking like my third language right now, so like my brain's just a bit scrambled at the moment. But yeah, very excited to read this book, but very scared. We'll probably wait until I have the second book, which is like the conclusion. It's a duology, so there's only 2 books. And I don't want to read the first book and then not be able to read the second one immediately. So I'm gonna wait until I have the second one and then read it. So yeah, hopefully I enjoy it. Then next we have another manga, and I promise that there won't be like too much more manga in this video, because if you're just watching this for like the books, I'm really sorry if it's annoying, but I'll try to like move on from the mangas very fast if that's not like your cup of tea, I guess, or you can like skip forward in the video for when I stop talking about mangas. But yeah, the next manga that I bought was She and Her Cat. Now, for some reason, I can't properly pronounce the title, which is strange considering how easy it is. But yeah, my brain's a bit scrambled, like I already said. But yeah, I heard decent things about this, and then I bought it, and then I read some Goodreads reviews about it, and some people really don't like it. And so now I'm scared to read it, because I spent money on it. So yeah, this might have been a mistake. I'll update you guys obviously whether I like it or not when I read it. I don't know when, but yeah, we'll see if I like it or not, I guess. Then next we have two books that I'm gonna show together because I'm pretty sure they're duology. They might be a trilogy and I just don't have the third one yet. But yeah, someone bought these for me off of my wish list, which was very kind of them, and that is We Hunt the Flame and We Free the Stars. I hope I said those titles right because that was very difficult to remember. But yeah, someone bought these for me off of my wish list, and they're very big, like fantasy books, which I don't usually read them, but I've heard a lot of good things about them, and so I just added them on my wish list, not really thinking much about it, and then someone bought them for me. So yeah, I'm very grateful for that. I actually have like the Amazon like little card that you get with it. I put it like at the back of these books, like not on the back, but like on the inside on the back. But yeah, I do that for every single book that I get gifted. So yeah, thank you to the person who bought this from me. I will hopefully read it someday, but because they're fantasy, it might take me a while because fantasies really intimidate me. So yeah, so I'm starting a second stack of books because I'm afraid to put these books like on top of the other ones because these ones are really heavy. So yeah, I'm starting a second stack. I know that doesn't really look good on camera, but I feel like nothing looks good on camera currently because it's very dark outside, and I hope it's not too annoying. So yeah, let's just hope that this video turns out well, because otherwise I spend so much time like filming it and preparing to film it, and it doesn't come out well, which is gonna make me very sad. So let's hope that that doesn't happen and this footage actually looks decent. So yeah. Then next we have a book that I'm very excited about, and that is The Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation. Now, if you know what this is, you likely know it because of the like TV show or drama or whatever you call it. It's called The Untamed. I haven't actually fully watched the show because it scares me. Like, I don't get scared of it in the sense of like I get jump scared, but more like I don't want to be sad and like watch people die because it's a sad show. But hopefully having like this will make me like able to watch the show as well. So yeah, I'm really excited I finally got this. These are like very expensive because they have like drawings in them and it's like a translation. So they're very expensive because of that, but I found this for like the cheapest price that I could find it, which was still more expensive than I wanted it to be, but it was worth it because it's really pretty and I always wanted it, and I finally have it now, and hopefully I will like it. I have heard mixed reviews about it. Some people say the translation is good, other people say it isn't. So yeah, I hope I like it. It's really pretty. I want to display it on my shelf, but I can't because I don't have enough space for it. But yeah, I can't wait to read these and hopefully like it and then buy all the other ones, because there's 5 of them in total, I think. Because this book is what the show The Untamed is based on, and it's really long. It's like over 1,000 pages long, so they can't put it in one book. They like put it in multiple. This is the first one. The second one is already out, and then the other 3 still need to come out. So yeah, I'm really excited to read this someday and love it, hopefully. And yeah, I know that like not a lot of people are going to be interested in this, but I'm really excited about it. So yeah, I'm gonna put it down now because it's actually very heavy because it's like big. So yeah. Then next is another book that I'm really excited about, and I'm probably gonna read it in June because it's like LGBT plus, specifically like trans, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if it has like other representation, because I can't remember and I don't really look up synopsises when I buy books. I just like think about whether or not I would like them. But yeah, the book that I'm talking about is The Transition Baby. Now you've probably heard me talk about this book a little bit, but I don't know much about it other than the fact that I thought that I would really like it, and then I saw it for really cheap and it had this pretty cover, so I bought it, and I can't wait to read it in June, hopefully. And yeah, that's all I know about it. It's trans and has other representation, I think. So yeah, can't wait to read it. Then next we have a book that I'm very scared to read. I'm very scared to read the entire trilogy because there's 3 books in total, and all that I hear about it is people loving it but also hating it at the same time for how much it breaks their hearts. So yeah, I can't wait to have my heart broken, I guess. But I have the first book, which was also bought for me off of my wish list, and that is The Poppy War. Now again, if you've been on like book Twitter or Bookstagram or whatever, like you probably heard about this series. I don't know what the series is actually called, but again, everyone says that it like breaks your heart and it makes you cry and it makes you hate the books. So I'm kind of excited to read it, but I'm also not. But I also am gonna wait until I own all 3 of the books. I currently only own this one, and again, because it's such a like heavy series and a sad one and has a lot of trigger warnings, I'm probably gonna wait until I have all 3 and then just binge read them, hopefully, and destroy my mental hell, I guess. Should be a fun experience. So yeah, the next book is a book that I've actually already read, which who knew that I could read books? Who knew that I didn't only buy them? But yeah, I already read this book, and that is This Is How You Lose the Time War. I was very confused while I read this book, but I also liked it, and I also want to reread it now that I know what's going on. So yeah, I can't wait to reread it. I did tap it like a little bit, but I feel like if I reread it and now I know what's going on, I'm gonna enjoy it more. So yeah, this book was also bought for me off of my wish list. It was given to me by the same person that gave me the Poppy War, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, thank you to the person who bought this for me. I liked it, but I was also very confused and I want to reread it, which again shouldn't be that bad considering it's quite short. So yeah. Also, I forgot to say, but this has LGBT plus rep, and yeah, it's different rep than you're used to, I guess. It's not like your normal average, like 2 girls falling in love. It's more like 2 beings that are supposed to be women in a sense fall in love. It's more like, I don't know, non-human than that, but it's still like LGBT plus. So yeah, if you want to read it, go read it. I recommend it if you want to be really confused, but also really enjoy the experience while you're reading it. So yeah, my knee is really starting to hurt from like getting up every like 15 minutes and like turning off the camera and turning it back on and checking the lighting. So I'm sorry if the lighting gets like worse in this video because I don't stand up as much, but I'm really starting to doubt whether I'm gonna be able to finish this video if this continues. So yeah, I'm not gonna stand up as much anymore. I'm sorry if the quality gets worse. I don't think I can change that because I can't really like change the settings like from my bed. I have to like stand up to do it. So yeah, I'm sorry if that's really annoying, but I can't help it. I'm having a flare up, so yeah, let's just move on to the next books and hopefully finish this video soon. So next we have another book that's quite popular, and I kind of regret putting it on my wish list because again, someone bought this for me off of my wish list because I heard some not so good things about it after I got it, but I'm still gonna read it because someone bought it for me, and that is Kingdom of the Wicked. Now, I heard good things about it, and then after I got it, like I said, I heard some bad things about it, but I'm still gonna read it. Hopefully I like it, I guess. But yeah, thank you to the person who bought this for me. I look forward to reading it, even if it's not as good as I thought it was gonna be. So yeah, Then next we have Starfish. Now I bought this for my birthday and then it arrived like months later because again, that's just what happens sometimes when you buy cheap books. But yeah, I don't know a lot about this except for the fact that one YouTuber said that they really liked it and the representation was really good and they cried a lot. And I was like, oh, you cried at a book? Give me that right now. Because I'm someone who really likes crying at books. Not all the time and only in very specific situations. Like the book cannot have a sad ending. Like I don't like that. The book can be sad, but it can have a sad ending. I really don't like those. But I don't think this has a sad ending. I think it's just sad. So yeah, I can't wait to read this. Again, I don't really know what it's about, except the fact that it has good representation and it's sad and the cover's really pretty. So yeah, I can't wait to read it someday and know what it's about, I guess. Then next we have some more manga, which again, if that annoys you, I'm really sorry. You can like skip forward in this video until I stop talking about it. But yeah, the next mangas I bought are volume 20 and volume 15 of Demon Slayer. Yes, these numbers are very far apart, but they were both very cheap, and so I bought them and I'm collecting this anyway. So yeah, I have a lot of other Demon Slayer volumes here somewhere. I don't know if you can see them, like the black ones, but yeah, I have a lot of other ones. I have until volume like 15 now, and then randomly volume 20 because it was really cheap, like I said. So was this one, but I bought this one first. So yeah, I can't wait to like finish this series because it is finished at this point and it has like only like 23 volumes, I think. So I've almost like finished collecting it and reading it, which is exciting. So yeah. So then we have another manga, and it's a manga that I'm really excited about because it's one of my favorite manga series, and I always wanted this volume because the cover's really pretty, and now I finally have it, and I actually already read it, which again, who knew that I didn't only buy books and manga, I also read them. But yeah, the manga volume that I'm talking about is Hanakokun Volume 1, which I know that it's not called Hanakokun. I know that it has like a longer name, but I can't be bothered to pronounce it, so it's just Hanakokun for me. But yeah, this is volume 0. Like I said, I really love the cover. I really like displaying it on my bookshelves, which is why it's a bit empty over there. But yeah, I really love this volume. It was really good. It was really cute. It was really sad. I really liked it. It's one of my favorite like manga series because the art is really good in my opinion. So yeah, I'm also currently like rereading this series. That's all I can say about it. I know not a lot of people are like interested in manga, so I'm just gonna stop talking about it. But yeah, if you're interested in like this, you can watch like the anime. The art is really good in it. It's actually the reason why I started reading the manga, because I watched the anime and I thought the art was really cute, so I started collecting the manga. So yeah, I'm gonna put this down now because even though I love it, it is starting to hurt my arm to hold it up. So yeah. Then next we have something quite different, and that is a graphic novel. Who knew that I could buy graphic novels? Not me, because this is literally the only one that I own, and I bought it mainly because it was really cheap. Like, you can sense a pattern here. But I do really like this series, and even though it's literally like not the first volume, it's the second one, but at least now I can collect it slowly when some volumes become cheap, obviously, because graphic novels are quite expensive, especially these ones now with everything that's going on. And maybe you've already guessed what I'm talking about, but I'm talking about Heartstopper. This is volume 2 specifically. I don't own any other one. I just bought this one because it was really cheap all of a sudden. I think it was like a mistake by the website, but you make a mistake and I'm gonna take advantage of it. So anyway, I really like this. I've already read this like online, but I can't wait to read it physically. It is very big. Like, I can understand why it's more expensive. I'm still not gonna pay full price for it, but I can understand why it's expensive. It's very big. Maybe you can see it in comparison to my hand, but yeah, it's very big. I can't wait to read it. I don't know if I just like spoiled someone with the story, but yeah, you've probably already watched the TV show at this point, so yeah. I'm gonna have to start another new stack because I feel like this is gonna fall down if I put this gigantic ass book on it, so yeah, new stack. Then next we have Bitter. Now this is a book by the same author as Pet, and yeah, I was supposed to read it like last month or the month before that even, but I just didn't because I couldn't get into it. Not because the writing wasn't good or anything like that. It was good, but it just wasn't the right time to read it. So I hope I'll read it someday because I did really like Pet and I do really like the cover of this. So yeah, also the sun just came out again, so the lighting probably changed again. I'm really sorry if it looks bad. I can't stand up again to go change it, even though I probably have to because I don't have any books left anymore and there are still some on my desk. So yeah, I guess I'm gonna go check the lighting, which isn't what I want to do, but oh well. Yeah, anyway, really excited to read this, hopefully soon and actually the right time to read it. So yeah. Then next is another book that someone bought off of my wish list, which I was really surprised when someone bought this off my wish list because I kind of put it on there on like a whim because I heard someone talk about it and I was like, that sounds interesting. Let me put it on my wish list and just never have anyone buy it for me, and then someone bought it. So now I gotta read it, and I don't know if I should say that I'm excited to read it, even though I kind of am because I want to know what's so interesting about it. But again, if I say that I want to read it really bad and I'm excited for it, people are gonna be like, why are you excited to read that? So I don't know how to phrase it, but yeah, the book that I'm talking about is Paradise Rot. If you know anything about this book, you know that people often talk about it in a very specific way. Most people that I've seen talk about this book usually mention the fact that it's LGBT+, and it has a very large amount of P, which, again, like I said, I don't want to say that I'm excited to read this, because then you're gonna be like, why are you excited to read a book about P? That's weird. So, not gonna say that I'm excited to read it, but I kind of am because I want to know what it's about, but I'm not for any weird reasons. Okay? Also, it's very short, so it shouldn't take me that long to read, which also makes me excited, not because of anything else. So yeah, obviously I'm still glad that someone bought this off my wish list, but I probably should have put it more at the bottom if I wanted people to like not immediately buy it for me, because I literally put it on my wish list and then like a week later someone bought it. And I was like, I wasn't ready for that. But yeah, anyway, gonna read it someday. Don't know what I'm gonna think about it. Hopefully nothing too good, I guess, because then you guys will judge me. So yeah, let's move on. So moving on from all of that and just forgetting that all of that happened, and also not thinking about the fact that I just had to stand up, check the camera, grab more books, and my knee started hurting a lot again, obviously. Moving on from that, the next book that I'm gonna haul is The Memory Police. Now, this is a book that I don't know a lot about, but it seems very interesting, and it's been on my wish list, my like regular wish list, like that I use to buy stuff for me, for quite a while, and then it became really cheap, so I bought it. Really want to read it, don't know a lot about it, not going to talk about it more because I feel bad and I feel like I'm going to throw up because of the pain. So moving on to the next book. So the next book is also a book that has been on my personal wish list for quite a while, and I want to read it in June, even though I only recently bought it, but it has LGBT plus representation. Can't remember what. I'm pretty sure it's like gay or something, but that book is Swimming in the Dark. Again, don't really know a lot about it except for the fact that it's a translation, I'm pretty sure, and it's LGBT plus, and it's about swimming, I'm presuming. I'm also presuming it's sad, which I can't be sure about that, but it just seems like a sad book. So yeah, So next we got On Earth We're Briefly Gorgeous. I actually wanted to read this week, but I don't know if I'm gonna, because I feel like I'm gonna focus a lot more on reading ebooks than I am on reading like physical books, because again, like I said, I'm having like a chronic pain flare up, and holding like books, like holding them open, is very difficult during those moments. So yeah, I might just focus more on ebooks instead of like physical books. But if I do read a physical book, I am gonna probably start this one. I don't know much about it. I did talk about it in a recent like TBR, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, like you've probably already heard about this book and heard me like describe what I think of it or what I think it's gonna be. So yeah, I can't wait to read this book. Maybe this week, maybe not. So yeah. Again, I'm really sorry that I'm talking about these books so fast, but I really don't feel well, so I just want to finish this video. And I was planning on filming another video after this, so I want to try and do that as well, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. So yeah, I'm sorry if it's really annoying that I'm filming so fast, that I'm like going through these books so fast, but hopefully that's not too annoying. So yeah, let's just move on to the next book. So the next book is another book that someone gifted to me, and I actually also won like a signature of the author that I can like put in this book. It's like a signed book plate. I won it from like the Disability Readathon, which I did a TBR for, and I was one of the people who won that giveaway. So yeah, I'm really excited to put that signature in this book, and that is Disability Visibility. Now, if you've watched my channel for a while, you know that I've really been wanting this book for quite a while. It's been on my wish list for quite a while, and I follow the author, and I follow multiple other people that are in this book. So yeah, I really want to read it. I have a signed book plate now that I can stick in this book, as well as like the Amazon like gift card that you get with it, which I'll also stick in this book. I haven't done that yet because I haven't had like the hand coordination to do it, but yeah, I'm really excited to do that. I'm really glad that I finally have this book, and I hope that I'll be able to read it soon and talk about it, because I'm pretty sure that I'll love it. So yeah, I'm sorry that I can't really give this book like the proper introduction that it needs, because it is like a book that everyone should probably read, but yeah, I'm in way too much pain to think about a proper introduction. But yeah, if you want to read like a book about disability, this is a good one. So yeah. Then the next book is a book that I've been wanting for quite a while. I actually wanted to buy it a couple years ago when I was visiting my mom in the UK, because my mom lives in the UK, and I wanted to buy it, but this book had like sprayed edges that was like a pride flag, and that was one of the reasons that I really wanted to buy it, but my mom was against it, because she was like, you know that book's probably gonna be gay, right? You're gonna read a gay book? And I was like, okay, I'm not gonna buy it. So now I've bought it, but it doesn't have the sprayed edges, which makes me a little bit sad, because I kind of wanted the one with the sprayed edges. But yeah, I finally bought it, and that is the Miseducation of Cameron Post. Pretty sure I mispronounced it. Can't be bothered to try it again because my head hurts too much. So yeah, I'm really glad that I finally bought it. I was a bit nervous to buy it just because, like I said, it doesn't have great memories. But yeah, like I said, considering like the pride flag like sprayed edges, it is like LGBT+. It has some very dark topics. It's about like conversion therapy, I'm pretty sure, or like a conversion camp, which is a very difficult topic. But yeah, I'm excited to read this. Obviously not excited, but I do want to read it after like many years of not being able to, because I couldn't buy it. So yeah. So next we have a manga that I've been hesitating to buy physically, even though I've been reading it like online for quite a while. Like every single time a new chapter comes out, I read it, which is a bit weird considering I'm definitely not the target demographic for this. But I bought a physical copy anyway because it was really cheap. Again, it's a pattern. But yeah, if you've watched like my channel for a while and you've watched like my wrap-up videos, you probably recognize the way I talk about this manga. And the way I say I'm not the target demographic, but obviously I'm talking about Nagato, which again, I know this has a longer title, but I can't be bothered to pronounce it. I'm in way too much pain. But yeah, I have volume 4. This is the only volume that I own because again, I just bought it because it was cheap and I always wanted a physical copy of this. It's a different size than I expected. It's a lot bigger than a normal manga, but it is the same size, just longer for some reason. So it looks a bit weird on my shelf, but I'm glad I finally have it. And again, it is a bit risky to have it because it has some interesting content. You can probably tell from the cover, but yeah, I'm glad I finally have a volume of this. Again, I'm not the target demographic, but I do really like it because I want to see them, like the two main characters, get together. So I'll just deal with all the fan service. Like, I'll deal with it. So yeah, moving on because again, I really don't feel well. So yeah, I'm sorry that you guys have to like hear that the entire time, but I really gotta like mention it because otherwise I feel like people are gonna ask like why I'm behaving differently or something like that. So yeah. Then next we finally have the other volume of number 6. I mentioned the first volume a bit earlier in this video. This is the second one. I'm still waiting on the other one that I bought. I think it's volume 6. So yeah, I'm not gonna talk about this more because you guys already know what this is about. Some LGBT plus rep, not the main topic, has other main topics. Watch the anime if you're interested. Yeah. Then next we have a book that was bought for me again off of my wish list, which again I'm very grateful for, and that is this very beautiful edition of The Picture of Dorian Gray. I really like The Picture of Dorian Gray. I have another copy of it, but I really hate that edition. It's really ugly in my opinion. And so I put this on my wish list, not really thinking much about it, but someone bought it for me. It's really pretty. I don't know what it's called, but there's like other classics in this edition. Those are also really beautiful. But yeah, it's really pretty. It has like gold sprayed edges. I don't know if it's actually sprayed edges because it feels differently, but yeah, it has like gold edges. It has like this thing. I don't know what it's called in English, but it has this. It's very pretty. Can't wait to read it someday in this edition. So yeah, thank you to whoever bought it for me. Moving on. Then next we have another classic that actually looks a bit like a school book, which I wasn't expecting that, but the size is really weird, and that is Carmillum, which I'm pretty sure I mispronounced that, but again, can't be bothered right now. Again, really weird size. It's like the size of a school book. It's also like the paper of a school book. It's like really big font as well. For some reason, I don't know why, but it was really cheap, probably because it's this edition. But I still want to read it, especially because the font is so big. It should be quite fast to read. The only thing that I know about this is that it's like basically kind of like Dracula, but sapphic version, which I don't know for sure, but I heard people say that this actually came before Dracula. I don't know if that's true, but it's basically like lesbian vampires, I guess, which, you know, seems interesting. So yeah, I'm gonna read it someday in this very weird edition. So yeah. Then next we have 2 books that I've actually already read, which again, it's me reading books before I haul them. Who knew it was possible? But those are these 2 books. I can't remember like the titles. Like before I hold them up, I read them, and the second I hold them up, I forget them again. My memory's really bad at the moment because of my pain. So yeah, I talked about this already in a wrap-up, I think. Hopefully it will be posted before this book haul comes out. But yeah, I read these 2 books. Someone bought them off my wish list. They were pretty good, had some good representation. This one actually has a character who uses a cane, which I wish the cane was like shown more in the book. But yeah, has a character that uses a cane, which as a cane user myself, I don't know if you can see it, but as a cane user myself, I really appreciate that. So yeah, I'll link the wrap-up where I talked about these books, I guess. Don't know if I'm gonna remember to do that, but yeah. Then next we have a book that I wish I could talk about for longer, but like I said, I'm really starting to get a headache and I can't really talk very loud at the moment anymore. And I don't want to talk for much longer, which is good because I only have like 2 books left. So yeah, the book that I'm talking about is Like a Charm. This book is by one of my favorite authors, I would say. I don't know if I have favorite authors necessarily, because I'm afraid then they'll do something that makes them not my favorite anymore. But yeah, I really love the other 2 books by this author, A Kind of Spark and Show Us Who You Are. That's how you know that my memory is bad, when I forget the titles for those books, because I really, really love them. But yeah, this book has dyspraxia representation, and I'm dyspraxic myself, so I really want to read it. This is literally one of the only books I know with a dyspraxic main character, so I'm really excited to read it someday. So yeah, I hope I can like talk about it better when I actually read it one day, because right now, like I said, it's really hurting to talk, but I want to finish this video because I'm almost done with it. So yeah, check out the other books by this author as well, like always, obviously. So yeah, then next we have Firekeeper's Daughter, another book that someone bought off my wish list. It's a hardcover. I usually don't buy hardcovers because they're very difficult to hold and they're very expensive usually, but someone bought them off my wish list. I'm very grateful for that. I don't know a lot about what the book is about, but yeah, I'm very excited to read it someday. It is very big, so it's a bit intimidating, but yeah, very excited to read it one day. And again, thank you to the person who bought it for me. So yeah, then finally we're at the last book of this book haul, which I'm really glad about because again, you can probably hear it from my voice. It's getting really difficult to speak, like I already said. But yeah, finally we're at the last book of this book haul, and it's another book that someone bought off my wish list, and that is She Who Became the Sun. I've heard very good things about it. I really love the cover of this. I really wanted this version of it, but only the hardcover had this cover. So I wanted the hardcover, but it's very expensive, so I put it on my wish list, and someone bought it for me. I'm very grateful for that. It's very pretty. The inside of it is very pretty as well, but I can't show it because it's very difficult to hold it up because it's so heavy. So yeah, very excited to read it. Hope I love it. Pretty sure it has LGBT plus rep, but I can't be sure of that. So yeah. So that was the end of this book haul. I'm really sorry that I lost like pretty much all my energy by the end of it. I can't help it. I'm in way too much pain, but I was almost done, so I decided to continue anyway. I won't film like a second video today, even though I wanted to, but yeah, it's just not gonna happen, even though the second video was gonna be quite short. But yeah, I'm really sorry if that's really annoying, like me mentioning like my pain constantly, but I have no other like outlet for it. So me physically sitting here and going, ow, everything hurts, like I feel like, I don't know, like it's a good way for me to like explain why I'm acting in a certain way to you guys, because I feel like you guys obviously can't know what I'm going through. So yeah, I'm really sorry if it's annoying that I lost all my energy, but yeah, I can't really help it. I'm gonna end the video now because I still need to take the thumbnail, and I don't know how I'm gonna do that, but I'm gonna try my best. So yeah, I hope you guys appreciate this video, especially because I put so much energy in it. But yeah, thank you for watching, and bye.